I'm still working on my Barbie-inspired indie horror game Betty Bunni, and I noticed while sketching out where the riddles are and the NPCs in the apartment level that it's time to come up with a concept for a dialogue system, because it will kind of glue all the interactive elements, together and stuff. And if done right, it can level up the whole gameplay and game experience. Through the SketchUp process, I also got a lot of "this is all we can currently afford" vibes from the apartment, so I added that to my notes for the assets later on. I already made a dialogue system once, but it was way too bulky and unflexible to achieve what I want for this game. So to give myself more time to come up with a good idea for the dialogue system and what I expect from it, I started 3D modeling the assets for the apartment in Blender. And damn, I'm so glad I stuck with my trim sheet approach for the environment assets here. It saved so much time. I made in total for the apartment assets two trim sheet textures and one fabric noise texture, which can be simply multiplied and combined with base colors to create variation for all textile based assets in the level, so for bed sheets and pillows and so on. Again, reusability is key as always. I also made a couch, and I'm still not sure about the couch. Anyway, I swapped the block out with the assets I modeled and arranged some key lights in the apartment for an almost candlelight atmosphere with very hard shadows. The assets are pretty basic, but I'm really proud of the outcome so far, and I'm especially proud of the bathroom and the light balls. I didn't expect them to end up so awesome. Well, if you want to play around with the assets yourself, the apartment asset collection will be available on my Patreon as a download. Well, to the dialogue system. I'm a huge fan of the dialogue systems for the Bethesda RPGs like Skyrim, Morrowind, especially Morrowind, and Fallout, especially Fallout New Vegas, and the immersive and organic decisions you can make in Metro Exodus. So there's a lot of influence from those games. So I want flexibility, modularity, and interactivity. Dialogue with a character should cause actions and consequences and make the game feel more immersive. You're actually looking for the next opportunity to, talk to someone, and I hope to avoid meaningless decisions in general in the game. If they are very common and obvious in games, it feels very, very frustrating. So, and just like in real life, meaninglessness. The dialogue system so far sounds way too ambitious. That's right. Just like a real indie game dev, I did my research and watched a ton of tutorials for the Unreal Engine, and I filtered the best elements out of what I found. I really like the behavior tree based dialogue systems. They looked very organic with the branches and stuff, and also again node based. A behavior tree is actually something more for AI NPCs and stuff, so it never crossed my mind to use it for dialogue, but it turned out to be exactly the thing I was looking for. The most helpful and straight to the point tutorials I found on the YouTube channel from Ryan Laley, so please make sure to check his channel out if you're interested. There are a lot of playing around, so there was a lot of playing around involved and testing and working with UI widgets, and which I'm still not very familiar with, but I ended up with pretty much exactly what I wanted. It only took me around 3 weeks. And I even achieved a bit more than I wanted, because I edited empty sound slots to the modular dialogue line nodes. So this allows me to add very flexible voice acting later on. And yeah, to test the system currently, I'm using bell sounds in different pitches as placeholder, but they're kind of fire. Listen yourself. I tried with other sounds too, like 808s and cowbells, and I have to say, with the pitching and stuff, there's quite some potential maybe for future stuff. But anyway, my dialogue system now allows me to arrange simple dialogue lines with additional voice acting if I want, multiple choice dialogue, options, so questions and answers, condition checks, so like does the player have the quest item and stuff, and the dialogue system is able to interact with elements in the level, the world, the characters. So based on the dialogue, there can doors be opened and things can be spawned and stuff. And I think I will also make a hidden karma point system on top of the dialogue, on this dialogue system, like in Metro Exodus. So behavior and dialogue choices build up and cause events and different game endings, or specific NPC behavior. So every player will have a bit of a different experience, and that would be nice. I really want to double down on the storytelling aspect on Betty Bunni. I'm not the most talented game dev, but I think I can be a pretty good storyteller, I hope. If I'm able to merge that with the gameplay, the game will be good to go, I guess. Oh, one thing, after the dialogue system, I got rid of my player cam. I had a player camera based and inspired by my camcorder, my retro Sony camcorder. So a very close 50 millimeter lens. So it brought everything very close to the player. I changed it to a fisheye body camera because I think a wider view triggers a kind of hyper awareness and makes everything a bit scarier. That way there will always be something in the corner of the player's eyes. The apartment and the toy store level are very important, and I'm actually a bit scared of fucking them up, because there will be the foundation of the world, its characters and its approaching terrors. They are also functioning as tutorials and a stark contrast to the rest of the levels. Can't wait to get there, and I guess you will soon see what I mean with that. So much for my progress. Do you think that dialogue and choice is important in games? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're interested in Blender PS1 style beginner tutorials and the Betty Bunni game devlog, consider subscribing. I'm currently trying to reach 10,000 subscribers. That's my big goal for this year, so it would be awesome if you could help me with this one. And now watch one of those videos.